We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
We are here with the most talented member of Bash Money. Big salute to Mike. Mike, how you feeling today?
Feeling great, Frank. How you doing?
Always good, even when it's bad. You are in this Trenches Season 2 tournament. This is very exciting, very competitive. I want to ask you your thoughts on some of your opponents that are coming up. But let's start somewhere important. Who do you think you see in the finals? Let's just start right there.
Realistically, that left side of the bracket is very, very stacked. There's a lot of talent over there. If I had to pick one person, I think I'm seeing Tana in the finals.
I'm sorry I asked you that question. So we're gonna go right into there's a few battles on here. Okay, well, let's start there. Plug versus Tana. How do you think that goes?
Yeah, so again, Tana, Captain Marketable, all right? The face of the new Midwest. This is a guy that's got everything. There's no reason that he shouldn't be able to beat Plug. Don't get me wrong, Plug, very talented. He won Performance of the Night on the card that I beat the shit out of Reggie P. He robbed me of the money. They paid him out. And I don't feel bitter about that at all. There's no sense of bitterness here. I just think, Tana, he's really got everything you need to succeed as a battle rapper. Now, he needs to work on the rapper part a little bit, but I have faith in him to figure that out.
Okay. Rex Ruger versus Paper. Who you calling?
So Rex Ruger, he said that, he's very excited to battle me in the finals. And Paper said that he's very excited to battle me in the finals. So, I don't want to pick and choose, I might flip a coin. I personally prefer Paper style a little bit more. So I think I got Paper.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, Glory versus XO. That's a goodie.
Yeah, so I've researched a little bit of XO because people have been telling me, hey, you got to watch out for this guy. He battled Rum Nitty. He was just on the T-Top card. He's not very good. So I'm not too worried about that. Glory, I already whooped his ass in spaces. I don't know if you know this about me, Frank. I've won almost every space battle I did. That's where I started. I'm like 11-1. My only loss is to Eunice. I whooped Glory's ass. So I want to root for Glory to win this because I think he needs to get back from, just that terrible, terrible body bag I put him in a couple years ago.
Amazing. Thank you for not holding back on that answer. Ric Flair versus Bars Major. Bars Major is at home.
Bars, I watched him. He beat Bo the Great in Nashville. Bo did choke all 3 rounds, but Bars, he brought Nashville out with him. He had a ton of people in his corner. He's solid. I wish he'd freestyle a little bit less. The thing about his opponent, I think Big Stan really has a chip on his shoulder. There's a lot that he needs to learn, a lot of things for him to come back from, the issues he's had in battle rap. So when it really comes down to it, Bars Major versus Big Ice, I think I'm going to go with Bars Major.
Ric Flair. It's not Big Stan. It's not Big Ice. It's Ric Flair.
The guy that battled Bugatti?
Yes.
Yeah, I got Bars Major.
All right, man. Let's just go. All right, man. The next battle I want to ask you about King Kia versus. First of all, did you see what King Kia had to say about you?
Yeah, I know. Half of that interview was about me. I listened to it.
What did you think about that?
I thought listen. It kind of broke my heart that he said that he didn't want to be friends with anyone in the tournament because he had an interview about him and spent 20 minutes talking about me. So I thought we were gonna be friends. I thought we were gonna be cool with each other. But it seems like he's not interested in friendship, which makes me really sad.
Fair. So King Kia versus Blink Meezy, who's a Christian battle rapper. How you feel about that?
I think that I have King Kia winning. There's a lot of Florida in this bracket, and he is considered the best Florida battler, maybe aside from Firearm Zeke. So I got faith in him to beat.
Come on, Mike. What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing? What, are we being honest or being honest?
Being honest about King Kia being the best? I guess not. I guess I would give it to Zeke then.
No, but it's the best. But Zeke just started. Like, all due respect to Zeke, I love Zeke, but he just started.
Yeah,
He can't be in
we'll talk about him when we get to him. But for right now, I have faith in King Kia. You know, he seems to believe he's very well rounded. He's got everything figured out. So fuck it, we'll say he'll win.
Okay. XP versus King Stokes.
I'm afraid of XP 30.
Oh, XP is a problem for you?
Bad matchup
Why is he a problem for you?
because he's a very effective puncher. He's very good at what he does.
I agree. Okay. Mike versus Wave. What are your thoughts?
Mike versus who?
Wave?
Who? Can you spell that?
Yeah. WAVE. Wave. Do you know anything about him?
I'm not ringing any bells.
Okay. So he's talented. I watched some of his battles. He's good. He's all right.
Oh, you're talking about Wave from Florida,
Yes.
the guy that battled Don Marino twice
All right, man.
and lost.
All right, man.
At least one of them. He lost the 1v1. That Wave.
What are
Wave.
your thoughts? What are your thoughts on Wave?
I'm gonna beat Wave, Frank.
Okay.
I wish that they just gave me an actual buy round to where I didn't have to rap. I didn't have to buy this ticket to Nashville. I didn't have to take time out of my day, time out of, my summer vacation, for me to go out there and beat the hell out of Wave. But I guess I'm going to do that.
Okay. So there's no way you lose to Wave.
No, I'm going to write 3 rounds. I'm going to show up with 3 rounds and I'm just going to win.
Okay. Bells versus Firearm Zeke. How you call
Yeah.
it?
So like I said, Firearm Zeke, probably the best talent out of Florida in this tournament. Bells is smoking him. Bells 30.
Okay, so before getting to the second round, a couple people got some buy-ins.
Right.
Jimbo has versus Trey Arcane, and instead of Lyrical Starborn, I believe it's going to be Def the Kid and Starborn. Does it scare you that Def the Kid is now in the tournament?
Not at all. Actually, so much to the point that I'm going to talk about the other matchup first. TFE Jimbo, I've never watched any of his battles, but he seems very excited to battle me in finals. Where Trey Arcane doesn't think I make it to finals, thinks I'm losing to King Kia. So I got Jimbo. I have Jimbo winning clear. I think Jimbo will call out Tana, and then he'll lose to Tana.
Okay. Salute to Jimbo. Salute to Trey Arcane.
Salute
And
to
then Def
Tana.
the Kid versus Star. Def the Kid versus Starborn. How you call that?
Yeah, so I think it's really cute that the MyBattle dorks just won't let me leave. That they won't let me just go pursue my career elsewhere. After I got blackballed, and they didn't want to push me. They didn't want to give me the matchups I wanted. I think it's really cute that one of the matchups I wanted is following me to the trenches for me to whoop his ass. But I'm just honestly my favorite part of
They gave you Nakim. How are you blackballed?
the plan wasn't to give me Nakim. I was supposed to battle Takato, and Takato ducked 2 weeks out, and then they brought in Nakim like last minute because he was the only person that they could fly out to do a 1-rounder.
I did not know that. But that's a great opportunity, though. It's a great battle. So they clearly
Yeah, it was a great. Yeah, I love how they tried to line me up, and I went in there, had a great little debatable. With the current league champ. Great time. They should have given me more big battles like that. I don't know why they wanted me to come back and battle Shah G. I don't know what that was about.
Well, maybe they wanted to balance it out so that you weren't just getting big plates every time.
Probably should though. I think I should. That's why I'm going to this tournament where I'm going to win 5 bands and get a battle with King. If I beat King after I win the tournament, I get to battle Easy, right? Easy the Block Captain. You ever heard of him?
Are you sure that's a problem you want?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll deal with it after I go to the fucking Philippines and go battle on Flip Top, which I'm doing in September.
Wow.
Yeah.
Moving around out here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so for the people that aren't familiar with you, Mike, you have an excellent battle with Nakim.
Mhm.
You did a thing out in Chicago.
Yep.
Was it Law the Dragon? Who
Yep.
was it?
About Law and TOS.
Law the Dragon, and you did phenomenal against Law the Dragon. And then you did your numbers also versus Kareem on iBattle back in the day.
Yeah, that was my first battle, my debut.
Fantastic debut. Fantastic. So if you're watching this, definitely get in tune with Mike. Mike is a problem out here. Excellent angle puncher. I'd say you're also a pen. You got a pen. So, or what would you say are your attributes? I won't speak for you.
Yeah, I think I do everything well except for performing. I'm not a great dancer. King Kia, he clowned on me saying, "Oh, Mike can't perform. Mike, he can't do anything but rap." It's a rap battle tournament. It is my job to rap. I think it's cool, that people do all the choreography and shit, and they really try and, make it so their battles are watchable on mute. I don't care about that. I'm going out there to rap. That's what I do. I write really well. I angle really well. I punch better than everyone in this tournament. That's what I'm showing up to do.
You punch better than King Kia?
Yeah, absolutely. You can't say you're a good puncher and you drop 3 rounds to Justice. Justice?
He won the second. We can't do that.
Uh,
Hey,
that's
that's
not
what
what
we're
the
doing.
streets are saying. I've never watched the battle, but that's what I heard.
Justice not good. What are we doing?
I got a question for you, Frank. Who do you got in Capo versus Justice?
I got Justice 2-1.
You see, and that's why I don't like doing these interviews, man. Y'all just want to hate on and clown bash money. I don't get it. You know, my
I
first
love
time meeting Justice in person. Listen, I was in Chicago at the time, and I walked to the TOS event to go watch Justice versus Shiesty Foe, right?
Mhm,
And right after that battle, I walked up to Justice, right?
mhm,
The first
mhm.
thing I say to him, man, you can't fuck with Capo. Fuck you think you got going on here? And Madman Leak was about to knock me out. I was actually really afraid. I was kind of afraid.
Hey,
Justice, I gotta thank Justice. He stopped Madman Leak from beating my ass.
hey,
Um,
Madman is a psychopath, so you
yeah,
you dodged
yeah,
the bullet.
yeah.
Okay. Also, I want to ask you, how did you versus Reggie P come about? An excellent battle that was on one of the last Trenches events. How did that get put together, and how do you feel looking back at that performance?
So I got lined up for a tryout on the trenches, just to try out for the tournament. They hosted different tryout events like at different places around the country. I wound up signing up for one of the Philadelphia dates and nothing came from it and they wound up canceling it. And then they reached out and they're like, hey, can you make it to Tennessee next month? And I was like, yeah, I figured it's just gonna be a tryout, I'll show up with my 3 90-second general rounds. And they're like, nah, we're gonna have you up against Tana. And then they're like, oh, wait, Tana can't actually make it. We're going to have you against LL Coogee. And then LL couldn't make it. And then they're like, all right, final battle. We're going to get you versus Reggie P. And
Fine.
then I find out that it's a much bigger card than what it was supposed to be. I thought I was just going in there having some fun. No, they wanted to do the whole film setup. They wanted to do it for the documentary. I did an interview for a show called Storytellers Lab on Paramount. It was a big production, which wasn't what I expected. I'm glad I didn't bullshit prepping for Reggie because Reggie was really good against me, and it was just a big opportunity. And I still whooped his ass. So
I had you winning 2-1 for sure.
I appreciate that. I'm glad that I was able to make the most of the opportunity.
You absolutely did. You were a highlight of that event, and it's great to see you in this tournament. I think a lot of people consensus is you're one of the people that are going to make it to the finals. How does that make you feel? And do you agree, or do you think that you got a fight ahead of you?
I mean, it's always very flattering, when the bracket first came out, everyone tweeting, "Oh, Mike to the finals, Mike's gonna win." It definitely, it kind of worried some of my competition. I can tell because a lot of them weren't familiar with me.
Mhm.
They went, they watched my battles, and they understood why everyone was saying that. I didn't even have to really go out too much and like tweet on the timeline, "Oh, I'm gonna win this tournament." Oh, everyone's ass, because the people spoke for me. And I'm glad that I've earned that from people. And I hope that I can prove them right.
I'm so hyped, Mike. Who, if at all, who in this tournament is a problem to you? Like, be honest. I know you think you're the greatest of all time, and you might be. But who is a problem?
I think the biggest problem on my side of the bracket is XP,
Okay.
just because I think it's a really bad matchup for me. There's no one like in my like quadrant of the bracket that I'm worried about. Like I'm not worried about Wave. I'm
Mhm.
not worried about the winner of Bells versus Firearm Zeke. I'm not worried about Death calling me out. The only like my real competition begins in semifinals when I battle either Kia or XP.
Damn. Okay, so let's say you get King Kia, because I personally want to see that battle. I think that's such a dope matchup. How does it go when you and King Kia battle?
Oh, same as every battle that I had to do to get to that point. I'm going to win 3-0. It's going to be very easy. Of course, people are going to call it a style clash. They're going to pretend that I have shock factor, even though I walk around saying I'm the best in the world all the time. And then
Yeah.
people are surprised somehow that it's true.
Yeah. Do you think you're the best in the world?
Yeah, of course.
What have you done that makes you feel that way?
Bro, I said I was a high schooler with a 2.23. Coach
Mm,
Carter could have benched me.
mm,
Like, bro, I'm the
mm.
best. It's me.
Yeah. Bash Money Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of Bash Money, I actually have a message from Capo. This man wrote an anthology. I'm gonna see if I can get through it. Here we go. Capo Bravado of Bash Money, speaking on Mike, Bash Money Mike. Mike is the biggest hidden gem to the battle rap game. He beat Nakim and ain't seen I battle since. I wonder why. Now he's at the trenches where his only competition is King. Not even easy. The block captain himself can punch with Mike. His unwavering loyalty to Bash Money will not be overlooked. I got a Rolex and a thick bitch with his name on it. Do you like him thick, Mike? Do you like thick girls?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, real. That's real. I got a Rolex and a thick bitch with his name on it. I love him like a brother and will do anything to see him succeed. I apologize ahead of time that he has to rap in garages and shit, but I guess the aesthetic matches the name The Trenches. And I'm so happy he stopped ghostwriting for everyone and started using his own raps for himself. Keep being great, Mike. Bash money over everything. How do you feel about that message
See,
from
that's why
Capo?
Capo Bravado is my best friend, and that's why he's gonna whoop Pathogenic's ass this Saturday in Canada on the what is it, Beast Mode versus OSBL card?
Need Resistance going down June
Yeah,
6th. Okay.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah,
Have you battled in Nashville last time, so now
yeah.
you're back again.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that audience? Do you feel like they're receptive to your style? Were you comfortable? Because it looked like you were super comfortable.
Um, yeah, it was a nice audience. They can be a little jumpy sometimes. So I have to make sure that I'm, you know, crafting my punches correctly to where no one's jumping early, no one's throwing me off with anything. I did get really lucky when I went because when we did the interview with Storytellers Lab, Chicago State University was there with them. And when they heard I was from Chicago, they all got, in my corner and they were hyping me up during the battle. So I mean, the crowd, everyone was super friendly, super nice, very, very active in participating in the battle. I just need to make sure that I'm cater. I don't want to say catering, more crafting my material better to what they're looking for.
Mm. So you're an excellent puncher. Let's say in some parallel universe you win this entire tournament, and then they line you up with King. Are you nervous about that battle?
No, sir.
Why? Why aren't you nervous? King beat Low Supreme. King beat Eunice. Why
Mhm.
aren't you nervous?
So I think at the highest level of what I can do, I can King, I'm not going to say that he spams 4 bars, but he does a lot of them back to back, right? That's how he builds his momentum. It's how he gets to his haymakers. I think if I sit there and I just say, okay, I can either try and match him doing this, or I can try and fire off some 2 bars back to back. I don't think it's that hard to build the momentum with him.
Mm.
I think it's not a bad style matchup for me by any means. The reason that it was a bad style matchup for Los is because Los is a choking, stumbling dork and did that the entire battle. The reason it was a bad matchup for Eunice is because Eunice wants to be so intricate and he wants to do his little rippity raps. And, King just went in there and he just punched the hell out of him.
Mike, Low Supreme and Eunice are two of the most incredible talents. Why do you talk about them like you could beat them?
Because I can't.
Mike, you lost to Eunice already.
Yeah, I lost to Eunice in a space battle in a gas chamber. Do you remember the build up to that battle, Frank? When I did the whole rollout of being the greatest TO EFM had ever seen, how I
Yeah.
just, I was running around saying fuck everyone, and then
Yeah.
Greedy got outed for being a fucking weirdo, and it wound up with OSBL and Doc taking over the space on the card that we were supposed to wrap, and I had to just wrap in a fucking gas chamber against him.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. So you think you could beat Eunice and Low Supreme? You're just putting that out
Yeah,
there.
of course. You can ask me literally anyone. I'm gonna tell you I can beat them.
You think you could beat Dice?
Yeah, absolutely.
You think you could beat? I gotta be careful. Who else would I think you?
I can tell you all the people I want to battle that I think I'd beat.
Please.
Yeah,
List them off.
I'll battle Dice. I'll beat Dice. I'll battle CJA. I'll beat CJ. I'll battle Pathogenic. I'll beat Path. I want to battle Breezy Will. I'll beat Breezy Will.
What?
Like anyone that you guys consider like the top of my class and whatever, they're people that I can beat.
Hey, I don't know if you could beat Breezy Will, Mike. I think you're getting ahead of yourself.
Okay, I can't beat Breezy Will. But the rest of them I can beat. I can beat the rest of them.
Okay, you can't beat Appa. How about that? You ain't mentioned
I can beat
Appa.
Appa. Absolutely, I can beat Appa.
Mike.
Everyone that gets up there and battles Appa, they don't know what the fuck to rap about. Like they get up there and they use the same redundant angles. I watched Saga do 2 back-to-back 4-bar pop star flips against him, where he called Whitney Houston a pop star. People don't know what to fucking rap about against Appa.
Why do you think you could beat Appa?
Because I know what to rap about against Appa.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
I'm not spoiling nothing. I just
so
think that I can go in there with I'll have a proper approach to Appa that we never see from people. The only ones that really have had proper approaches are people that just go in there and say, man, fuck this. I'm just going to try and outpunch this guy, which Los and Nakim both did to win against him.
You know who else was in the tournament on Trenches? Zeta Dropper. What,
Yeah.
what's your problem with Z to drop out?
I don't want Bowsy to drop out.
What's your problem? Like, why?
He sucks. He sucks. He's incredibly corny. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a cornball. All right, I'm very corny. All right, but like, it gets to a point where you are just so unbelievably just lame to the point that I don't like you as a person. You rap like shit. I'm just not interested.
Z to drop out made it to Summer Madness. He was
Yeah,
in
thank
the
you,
final.
DNA. Appreciate you. What happened when he got on stage? What happened up there? He met the proud owner of an AR-15. Anyone
Like,
worried about no fucking Z the dropout?
like, okay, so what do you think you're bringing to the trenches that's different? Let's say you win this thing, you're on the roster now. What can people expect from Mike that's different?
I think that I become the best writer on the roster. I think I become the best puncher. Maybe not the best puncher, but I'm for sure the best writer the trenches have.
Okay.
I bring that same energy where I'm just willing to always pop up and tell someone to go fuck themselves. That I think I'm the best in the world, and if they have a disagreement about it, they can come see me.
I love that energy. So let's say you beat King and life just goes so great for you. You run through the tournament, you beat King, and now you're face to face with Easy the block captain. You think you could win in a battle against Easy?
Of course,
Mike.
told you,
Mike.
Frank. I can beat anyone.
That's is it good confidence, but what about the reality? Like,
So let's talk reality then. Does it sound more ridiculous for me to say that I can beat King and Easy the block captain before or after I win this whole tournament?
Okay, you got it.
Because where I'm in a tournament where people are saying that I'm the favorite to win it, I don't think it's that crazy for me to say, oh, these are battles that I can do. These are battles that I can win.
Okay. I like your energy. I like your confidence. I really, hey, we believe in you. I think that the only person that could really give you trouble is King Kia. And then I think if it ends up being you and Glory in the finals, I don't know. I think Glory's. Do you think Glory's improved? Let's start there because I feel like
Yeah, of course he's improved. He's finally done a live battle where he didn't choke against Dabrze. So that was going really well for him. I think, just being in them rooms, full of what's the term for it? Fellow writers.
Whoa. What are you trying to say?
I think being in, them syndicate sparring calls on Instagram, I think he can learn. I think he can learn a lot going forward. And I'm glad that, it's kind of, it's all coming together for him now. Hey, Frank, can I ask you a question, Frank? Don't you think it's a little weird that, Glory's breakout performance where he finally establishes himself as a good puncher is against someone that all of Syndicate billionaires hates?
Oh my God. What are we doing right now? What are we doing right now?
Nothing. I'm preparing to see him in finals. That's all. I'm ready.
Mike, these are crazy allegations, Mike.
It's just speculation.
So you feel like Glory gets help with his bars?
I think everyone gets help.
Good answer, Mike. Good answer. You know who else could end up? Death the Kid is a problem. What happens you and Death the Kid meet in the finals?
So I can't meet Death the Kid in the finals because he's on my side of the bracket.
Okay, y'all meet on your side of the bracket. How does it go?
So it goes one of two ways. It's either he wins his call out battle and he calls out either King Key or XP, right? And then he's on that upper side of the bracket.
You don't think he'll call you out? You don't think he'll call you out?
I don't think so. No. But I'm gonna entertain the scenario. But if he goes up and he does what I think he's going to do, where he goes and battles King Kier and XP, I don't think he makes it past both of them. I think he might beat one of them, but beating both of them the same day, he's not going to be able to. I think what'll happen if Death battles me in August, it'll be because he's won his call out battle and he calls out the winner of Bells versus Zeke, and he battles them in a 90-second round battle. And then he battles me in the 2:30 cutoff battle after that same day. I think if Death tries to battle me in 90-second rounds, he's going to get his ass whooped. And while I think that he's not the brightest, I think he's smart enough to know not to do that.
Mike, yo, you be talking so crazy. You think Death the Kid is a problem?
Yeah, for himself. We can go over his recent battles. Let's see. He's been on hiatus decently. He went and he went up to Canada and he battled Riz in that little gas chamber of beast mode. No one gives a shit. We can talk about his bigger performances. He just battled JR the other day. I only saw the third round, but JR smoked him in that third, and I heard he choked in the second, which he does pretty consistently. He went to TBL, battled Fendi, got smoked. Went to King of the Dot, got another opportunity handed to him against Foam, got smoked. Last time that I saw him in person on iBattle, he battled Bangs. Didn't even get a YouTube drop because he choked all 3 rounds. No one gives a fuck about Death the Kid in 2026. Who gets everything handed to him? No one gives a fuck.
Mike, do you have anything nice to say about? Is there anybody that you have something nice to say about in this tournament?
King Stokes seems like a cool guy.
You met King Stokes? He's a nice guy.
Yeah, I've heard him talking to Space. I haven't met him, but he seems cool.
Seems like a decent man. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, back to Death the Kid, man. His choking, stumbling ass. That you remember him versus Appa? You remember when he got pushed to get in that fucking battle?
He didn't. All right, man. I remember.
You remember him getting pushed to get that battle, and then what happened? He left the building before the judge decision. He walked all the way home, cried the whole way. 20 minutes from the venue.
Mike.
No one give a fuck about no Death the Kid.
All right, Mike. So can we expect some good promo from you? I think that's one of the big things missing in battle rap is promotion. If you get it on the roster, can we expect consistent promo from you? I know you go crazy in the spaces, but what about live? Can we expect promo?
Yeah, I mean, I'll do my usual stuff. Occasionally I'll make a funny video, get a nice 250 likes or something, just about current things in battle rap. I love talking about battles I got coming up. You get me in a space, there's gonna be clips and shit from it because I'm always. You guys say I'm talking crazy. I'm just saying what I think and what most people are thinking.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna challenge you to say what you're thinking. Say what you think now. What do you think about the state of battle rap currently?
I think the state of battle rap is in a really weird spot, and I think everyone has a big piece of blame for it. Like, if you ask me about any part of battle rap, there's someone I can blame for something. Like, there's a lot that I can blame the rappers for. There's a lot that I can blame the leagues for. A lot that I can blame the fans for. I think a lot of it is the expectations that are set by the fans and the leagues for battlers to build them up as stars. They didn't have to do that before. Like, a lot of the guys that are stars today, they were just kind of in the right place at the right time. And it's hard for people now to really force themselves into being stars. Because, like when the UFF class came out, they didn't have to make promo videos on their own. They didn't have to go out their way and, do interviews. Everything, they were just kind of in the right place to be able to do shit. They were making music and whatnot, like we heard a ton of music from Briz and T-Top, all things that, they did to push their brand. But I think everyone's expecting different ways for people to build themselves up now, different from that. And a lot of it is just, they don't have the driving forces behind them like they used to. Like, I think URL kind of, I'm not going to say that they dropped the ball not being like the big league anymore, because they still are the biggest league, but their ideas of promotion and the way that they do their events now, I think, is really dumb. I think the idea of not doing pay-per-views because you're worried about bootlegs is retarded. And I think that they're just kind of missing out on like opportunities left on the table constantly.
Okay, well, you definitely did not hold back. Thank you for sharing. Any last words to everybody in the tournament?
Yeah, Death, I think it's really cute you followed me over to the trenches. I'm really happy that Archie's fat ass can't block me from doing a battle that I want to do. So I'll see you at some point in the tournament. They won't be able to save you this time. You won't be able to be like, I'm too good for that battle. I'll see you.
Okay. Anybody else?
Where's Febo? When look at my Febo battle?
Do you want to battle Febo? Are you sure?
Big fan of Febo. Why couldn't we get Febo in the tournament instead? That sucks.
Aren't y'all Bash Money brothers? Why would you want to battle Febo?
The same reason I want to battle everyone in Bash Money. Me and Copper are gonna have a classic one day. I'm not gonna battle Dollar Bill. I don't like taking battles I'm gonna lose. But I was gonna battle Takato when we both joined Bash Money. I think it'd be cool for me to have one in-group fight at some point.
I agree.
I think in the era of everyone wanting to be on a team together and everyone wanting to be friends, I think it's good to show that I'll battle anyone, friend or foe.
I love that energy. Mike, I think you may be everyone's #1 option in terms of who's going to win this tournament. I do hope you win. I wish you much success. We're all rooting for you. Thank you for your time and good luck, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Peace.